So yeah, last week or two, I started going to Martin Luther King Jr. Road Recreation right here down by Peoria. It's one of the big ones, and it is, listen, the recreational center where you go and you exercise, it is so unruly, it's unbelievable. I mean, you have got people in there that think they're exercising, okay? You got the women with the crack in the booty all in the face of people where they're not even supposed to be, in front of the windows, you know, the mirrors, and people don't understand what the mirror is for when you're exercising. It ain't to look at yourself. It's to see if you have the right form of your body, the form, so you're not out of whack, you know. That's what it's for, to see if the arm is in the right position and such, not to look at your body. And then I'm doing some bench pressing, and there's a woman jump roping, friggin' just straight up jump roping right by me. You know, the jump rope is going within 2 inches of the bar that I'm benching with weights on it. And then I go over to the other one to do my back of my arms, and you got to lay down on one of those and you use that. But they're like, they think you get on something and you just keep it, like you stay there, you know. But you're just going to keep that, and you sit there and you sit there. People don't understand. You don't get on something and keep it. You don't get on it and stay there and just sit there and take it up like, I'm using this. That's what they do. They're like, I'm using this. Well, did you know it's called rotate? You know, when you exercise, it's rotate. You get on something, you do yours, and you step off because you have to wait at least a minute. You should wait at least a minute before you hit your next set. Then someone else can step in and they'll do them a set. I mean, you don't just sit there, because then no one else can ever use it the whole time. And then they got earplugs in where you can't even say, you can't talk, ask them, hey, you know. And then if you do, they're, listen, man, they're unruly. They're the lawless, man. They're the lawless, straight up. So I'm like laying on a bench, pulling up polearms, and then the woman comes walking right by me. I'm talking like an inch, you know. And if that weight comes down on my mouth, you know, there you go. Who's going to pay? Who's going to pay? So I went by her. She had her earplugs in, and I kind of put my hand like this to show her. Then, you know, and then she pulled the earplug out. I said, what you do is you want to stay away from people when they're using the weights, because if you bump one of them, it's going to fall on them and it's going to hurt them. And she just, man, she went off. I didn't know I was, you know, and she just went on, man. Like I said, ma'am, that's what you do. You have to give space to anybody doing it. Now listen, there's 3 benches laying there, right? 3 benches. The benches are spaced a specific distance of each other, and then all the single weights are on the wall right here. Those benches are to be used for that specific purpose. You got these chicks laying there in between the area doing crunches and exercises. The chick she's jump roping, and you can't even use it. I can't even get to the weights. I got to go around all the way. It was like psychotic to get a weight to do with, you know. And then this other guy standing there, and he's like using too much weight, like you know, most of them are idiots anyway. And I'm like, what in the world, you know? Because there's no regulator there. There's no one to tell them how to do this, to stay in this area, to do. That's what its purpose is, you see. They got them just doing whatever. And then she got real mad, you know. They had all their earplugs. This man walks up to me when I sat down on the bench, and I said, man, I can't believe these women anyway. They come in here, they got and you know, anyway, but I said, they got the bud in your face, you can't even concentrate, but you can't. I mean, what was she? She was 3 feet away from me, bending down right by my bench, okay? I'm not talking 10 feet away. See, I'm not unreasonable. I'm not an unreasonable man. Then this big white man walks over. He's holding these big weights like he was someone. And he says, man, you need to, you know, that's enough. That's S and sensitivity. He starts cussing like, right? To me, you know. I said, hey, I'm not talking to you. I said, I'm venting. I'm allowed to talk. I'm allowed to talk, you know. I said, and besides, you're using verbal profanity and you're walking over here. I said, is that a threat? He goes, you know, and you know what? As big as he is, he's going to be a tattletale. He's going to go tell. He's going to go tell, you know. See, you can't confront people anymore this day and age because they're violent. They're ruthless, okay? And they're harmful. And if you do, they might come back like you've been seeing here lately to walk in a store and just kill people. They're just shooting 2, 3 people at a time and walking out. Why? They have no hope. They don't care about the life of people. They're offended, and when they get offended, they'll do whatever they can to get their way. So as I'm sitting there, that white man starts walking by. I said, sir, you need to leave. Get away from me. I said, I'm not talking to you. I had nothing to say to you. Well, he done interjected on me, see. And then the other woman come walking over, and she just started running her mouth. Well, you're using this and you're using that, and you keep using this and that. Like I'm not allowed to go and do my legs, come over there and get a crunch. After the crunch, come over and do my bench, which is routine, you know, so I can get done and get out of there. They come because they have nowhere to go. They're not really exercising. They're just, you know, trying to make like they're doing something with their body, which is irrelevant anyway, because they're not my age, you know. They're like in their 30s and 40s, and they think they're doing something. They're not. They're just wasting their time, and that's all they want to do because they don't have anything else to do, you see. And then when they get in their car, they're going to speed. They all speed. Everybody speeds. They're all just, you know, they're violent in that too. So they're abusive, they're violent, they're ruthless, and they're lawless. They're the lawless. But then a good percentage of them will say that they know Jesus, you know. I mean, what's the sense of mentioning Jesus anymore? Because everybody does what is not right. They're all lawless.